In this case, perhaps just a bit too sticky. This strange creature is a sea cucumber. It uses its tentacles to grab food from the sediment. There are hunters here too, like these nudibranchs or sea slugs. Their vibrant colors are a warning that they're toxic. There are over 3,000 species. Many hunt just one specific prey. Some hunt each other. This emperor shrimp makes the most of the poisonous nature of its host. But it's a rather one-sided affair. As it feeds, the shrimp gets protection and a free ride. Other shrimps have developed a more balanced relationship. Some even solicit for partners. These dance for their dinner. And these advertise to passers-by that they are open for business. They are a parasite removal team, providing a service for countless fish on the reef, including those that could happily eat them. In return for their bravery, they get a meal that comes to them. Coral reefs, built by the tiniest of creatures, occupy less than half of 1% of the ocean's floor. Yet they support a quarter of all marine species. Marine creatures, all without backbones, from corals to cuttlefish to crabs, make up the majority of life in the oceans. But they have also had a surprisingly important impact beyond the marine world. Their fossilized bodies, shells and skeletons form the limestone and chalk that now covers huge tracts of Asia, Europe and the Americas. They may be small, but over their 2 billion-year history, they have literally changed the world. To capture some of the sequences in this episode, the Life team had to take underwater filming into uncharted territory. One shoot meant spending weeks diving under 2 meters of ice. Another involved laying the foundation for a new coral reef in the tropics. A sunken ship can make an ideal location for corals to grow. So with this in mind, the Life team set themselves a challenge to make their very own shipwreck. After months of searching, they find a boat in the Bahamas that might be suitable. But there's a lot to do before it can be sunk to the seabed.
It's apparently been here for how many years? 8 years on the jetty? all this fiberglass insulation. It's all got to be removed.
Yes.
And it's all hands to the pump, Ian.
It is.
They're going to go and get a pair of overalls.
The team have to put away their cameras and get their hands dirty.
I've got a 50-ton boat and I'm trying to clean it with a paint scraper.
Thoroughly cleaning the boat increases the chance that coral will grow on it and ensures it won't pollute the sea.
Like changing rooms, isn't it?
After 8 years rusting on the jetty, there's no guarantee that she will even float.
We do have some holes.
To get this ship ready in time for the inspectors is a massive task, and they're doing a brilliant job, and we're putting panels through to let the water rush through when she starts sinking. I reckon you go. That's the last bit. Okay, guys. Vamos.
Ship shape at last.
Well, she's clean. She's been inspected. She's ready to be sunk. What can go wrong now?
Here's heaven.
All right, Christina, here's the very latest with Dean again.
As the tail end of Hurricane Dean sweeps through, the team are forced to put their plans on hold.
Advisory winds of 150 miles an hour.
Luck doesn't seem to be on their side. But 2 days later, good weather returns.
Here comes a crane. Finally.
Fingers crossed, arms crossed, legs crossed, everything's crossed.
They urgently need to get the boat into the water, or they won't reach the chosen wreck site before nightfall. She's safely in the water. So far, so good.
It floats!
Her final voyage. Cameras are mounted around the deck to film her sinking below the surface.
We've spent a week preparing for this, and finally the afternoon's arrived, but the light's going very quickly, so we have to make a move.
The last few holes are cut. It's time to pump in water and to abandon ship. The crew dive in, ready to film her descent, while the support boat moves away to a safe distance. There's nothing more to do but wait.
Bureaucracy, there we go, look at it.
Straighten out, straighten out, straighten out.
She gently comes to rest, and the right way up, just as they'd hoped. Now it's time to let nature take its course. The crew will be back over the next 2 years to see how life takes hold. At this site, the wreck has a very good chance that it'll be colonized by coral. With luck and time, it will eventually become a full-scale reef. Meanwhile, at the other end of the world, the Life Team's challenge is very different. Here in Antarctica, just getting underwater will be tough. In order to work in such a demanding location, the team needed the help of the National Science Foundation at the McMurdo Polar Research Station. Everyone here has to be able to cope out on the ice if there's an emergency. So the Life Team joins research scientists for survival training to prepare them for any situation. Even one like this. A colleague lost in a whiteout is very serious. This training might mean the difference between rescue or not.
This
This is supposed to simulate a whiteout. We've been looking for someone who's been lost. And you wear the bucket so that you cannot see at all what is going on. And it does actually work. It's just, you can't see anything in this.
With the training over, it's time to travel over the ice to the dive site, ready to go beneath the frozen surface of the Ross Sea. But to get through this ice, thick enough to land a jet on, needs the help of McMurdo's specialist drilling team. Once the hole is drilled, a specially designed hut is slid into position. This will be the team's base for the next 4 weeks of diving.
Look, this is all we need. All we need to go in here. The door to another world.
All the equipment the team need for the shots must come in and out of this hole.
And this is as far south as it's possible to dive. The ice is 8 feet thick. It's here for 11.5 months of the year, and we're going to go down underneath and have a look to see just what it's like underneath here.
Doug and the team venture below the ice. The under-ice landscape is both surprising and spectacular, but it's the animals they've come to film. So, specialist time-lapse cameras are moved into position. The animals move very slowly at these freezing temperatures. But by using time-lapse to speed up the action 500 times, the team hopes to reveal the behavior of these creatures for the first time. With air and warmth running out for this dive, Doug makes his way back to the lifeline and the surface.
Oh, that is amazing. That is so beautiful down there. All sorts of colours, beautiful stalactites made of ice crystals hanging down from the top of the ice. All sorts of things on the bottom, starfish, urchins, just an amazing profusion of life. Really lovely, totally unique, unlike anywhere else. However, after an hour underwater, it is getting pretty cold, so can you give me a hand up please? Thanks.
There would be another month here and over 100 dives before the sequence was eventually completed.